Some good news coming out of a local government primary school. Several programs on the school's campus have boosted the grade point averages of the students there. And to tell us more about the students' performance is principal of the Stephen Dillet Primary School, Clinton Josie. Mr. Josie, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Welcome. It's indeed a pleasure to be here.
So, Mr. Josie, talk to me a little bit about some of the initiatives at Stephen Dillet that have boosted the grade point averages of the students.
Well, certainly, LaDawn, it's a pleasure to be here, and I want to say good morning. And of course, good morning to the family of Stephen Dillet Primary School, where we have a wonderful team. We are great people in a great place. Our teachers are the brightest and the best there is in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and we celebrate that. Of course, I think what has caused the increase of our GPA, a grade point average, to the positive side is what you call routines. Every single day, so when you do the same thing over and over, and you know that there is good result in it, you continue to practice it. From 8 o'clock in the morning, voluntarily so, our administrators are on the site in the auditorium going over sight word drills, sight word phrases, and students are coming to school even more so in droves in the morning now, excited about this particular program. And we move right into the 9 o'clock program, where we have something that's called the Balanced Literacy Program, where it's called the 90-minute reading program, really, where teachers are focusing also on the sight word drills, sight word phrases. These are phrases and words that students see every day, all the time in their reading. And of course, they go through their phonics, and then they do their reading comprehension skills, and then they go straight into small group reading, which is very significant, where the teachers can have this one-on-one approach with students. And then immediately we go into a 70-minute math program. That's something that we created at school. Of course, the number of the days is top priority in every single classroom immediately after break. And what happens here is there's a strategy, there's a practice for math, and we are seeing great results as it relates to that 70-minute program. Lunchtime, what is happening? Lunchtime, students have an opportunity to play. They have an opportunity to eat, but what is happening now, we realize that after our students leave us, they don't have the right facility to actually do their homework. So what we do voluntarily so by our administrators and students who want to participate, and the majority of them are participating in what we call the homework center, all right, study hall, lunchtime. We have spelling, we have social studies. Days are set aside for what you're studying on a particular day. So it's very structured, and the students are enjoying it. And indeed, the administrators and team leaders and teachers are walking around to see that they're actually studying.
How effective can you say that these programs have been for the students?
Well, definitely, LaDawn, from when we got into the administration of Stephen Dillet Primary School, students were performing at a 48%. 48% of them were achieving GPAs of 2 points and above, which means that we had a 52% failing rate. We can report today that we have seen a 14% increase of students achieving GPAs of 2 points and above, which brings us to 62%. In the reading rate, when we would have tested, we would have been at 49% of students achieving above average in reading. Now we are at 62%, which brings us to a 13% increase in the reading rate. So we can say that the initiatives that are going on at Stephen Dillet Primary School being fostered by teachers of excellence and teachers who have a passion to ensure that these inner city students are learning and getting the best education possible right there at Stephen Dillet Primary School, at a local government school.
Mm-hmm. And any new programs on tap this year for I guess, to further boost the performance of students?
Most certainly, we need to invest more in reading material. So what we're doing now, we're going on a drive right now to enhance our reading program even further. Because once you can read, once you can comprehend, you've mastered your success.
And what are your future plans, I guess, to propel Stephen Dillet forward?
Certainly. The structure, as I said, is very important. Celebrating teachers is very important. Making sure that we are monitoring our program, very important, and modeling what we're teaching. Very important. So over the next 5 years or so, we see Stephen Dillet as one of the top performing schools in this country, government schools in this country. The students from our inner city area, we are telling them, listen, I'm from Iguana. You know, I came from an environment similar to what our students are in now, even though they're in Nassau. We're telling them, listen, boys and girls, You can do this. So we are bringing in those persons who would have been at Stephen Dillet Primary School, who are now alumni of Stephen Dillet Primary School, who have achieved, so students can actually see, listen, one day I can be like that person.
Tell us more about the mentorship program. I know there's a mentorship program there as well.
Yes, certainly. The guidance counselors, they have seen it necessary to call in the community. We have Boys of Excellence who come in every Friday, and they actually, over the past year, have been mentoring our boys because our boys need help. The academic is good, but if they don't have role models in their lives, if they don't have someone talking positively so into their lives, they would not be going on the right direction. Urban renewal is very strong in our school. They actually come uninvited so. All right, but we have this great partnership with them. They're there, they're talking to our boys and girls, they're walking through, they're telling them, listen, I prefer to see you in this setting rather than to see you in prison or rather than see you before the courts.
What's next with Stephen Dillet now?
The next movement for Stephen Dillet is to ensure that every single boy and girl achieve. We have a 39% gap that we need to fill. So every statistic represents a child. So right now we have to continue to zero in on every single child, no student left behind. We have to see where they are and of course continue to promote programs that will help the individual child. For example, one program that we're working on right now, the administrators have pull-out programs where they take the non-performing student, those students who are achieving the 1 point to 1.99, our administrators every day, they pull this group of students out and they are going over reading skills with them. So if this continues, those children who are failing will be very, very successful.
Mr. Josie, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and best of luck to you and the students there at Stephen Dillet Primary School.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.